Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and today neither of my dogs are joining us, but welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and yeah, neither of the dogs wants to sit here today. I tried to put both of them up there and they both yeeted themselves out of the chair very quickly. So you know what? I'm gonna let them live their best life. Although Poe is in the room, and I anticipate at any point he could decide he does want up on the chair. So just brace yourself for a potato appearance at some point. Today we've got a couple things to talk about, so I'll leave some timestamps if you want to skip around to whatever feels the most relevant for you. But we're going to talk about some of Amberlynn'S drunk Instagram little situation type of deals from this weekend. And then I was getting ready to do a quick video about that, and I saw that Amberlynn uploaded a new video today as well. So we'll do a reaction to that because it's only 10 minutes long. It should be pretty chill. So like I said, Amberlynn posted a couple Q&As this weekend, and the first one of which she claimed to be drunk while doing it. And I'm not gonna go through every single post. I think there are people on YouTube who have done that if you're interested in seeing some of that or like seeing in-depth critiques. But I have about 3 things specifically. I have a little outline over here that I specifically want to talk about in regards to her Q&As from this weekend. The first of which is her DMing Alex's Shook. I did see Alex this weekend talk on Twitter about how Amberlynn had sent him a message but then quickly deleted it, and from what he could see, I think from like the notification that popped up, it seemed like she was kind of upset. I think maybe just because of my recent interactions with Amberlynn, I was curious what that looked like, and so I don't normally watch a lot of reaction channels, but I did want to know a little bit more about what was happening with that. I was very curious, so I did go watch Alex's Shook's video about it, and I'll leave it linked down below in case you're interested in hearing straight from Alex what the DM was all about. But essentially, it sounds like while Amberlynn was doing this drunk Q&A, she also took time to send a drunk DM at the very least to Alex. I'm not sure if she sent any to anybody else. She did not DM me while she was drunk, I will let you know that. But it does sound like she sent one to Alex, and the gist of the message, according to Alex, seems to be that she was upset with the way that he portrayed her relationship with wifey in one of his most recent videos. I think he said specifically that she felt like he was trying to twist the narrative of what was going on with wifey to fit some kind of narrative that he had in mind or something like that. So essentially, Amberlynn was accusing Alex of being manipulative in his videos. And I guess I just think that's interesting, especially because it happened in a DM. It was Amberlynn going into a DM to say that and suggest that. Because if there's anybody I've ever witnessed trying to manipulate a situation to fit her narrative, it's Amberlynn Reid. In particular, in the ways that she has interacted with me and my DMs. So I did mention in a video recently that Amberlynn had just reached out to me, okay? Like, I think the date was November 5th when she reached out to me in a DM and basically wished me well in regards to the pains that I was experiencing. I talked about that in a video here on my channel. She sent me a DM saying that she wished the best for me and she knows how scary it can be to have pain when you don't know where it's coming from. And when I talked about that, somebody in my comments mentioned that I should set my pride aside and I should have just said thank you for the message and moved on with that, which I do understand where that comes from. I think that's like a reasonable thing that we would expect from most people. Like most people who have beef with somebody, if somebody, even one of my big enemies, came out and wished me well, I would generally, yes, say thank you, appreciate the thoughts, appreciate the vibes. That means a lot to me. However, I think it would be helpful to know that I have a very long context and history of DMing with Amberlynn Reid over my time on the YouTubies. In particular, I feel like we started out, sometimes people will be like, Zach, is it true that y'all were friends? And well, first of all, calling anybody that you've never met from the internet a friend can sometimes be a little weird. Like, I would say we DM'd occasionally and I was watching her content. I don't know that that makes us friends, but I would characterize the conversations back then as friendly, for sure. What also might be helpful to know is when I was doing these DMs, I was doing an Amberlynn Reed live stream show on YouNow, which was a platform that she used to live stream a lot. And I would basically watch her entire YouNow live stream and then go live immediately once she ended and talk about what happened in her YouNow streams. I did transition from doing that to making a few videos about her. And all the while, up until that point, we were DMing and she was being pretty friendly about the content that I was making about her. At some point, she stopped liking the content I made about her and really stopped communication with me for quite a while, where I just heard nothing from her, which was also fine by me. I didn't expect any DMs or anything like that, and after a while I didn't really have a desire to be friendly with her anymore because I was learning more about her, I was seeing things for myself in the context of her channel, and I truly just didn't like what I was seeing. Like, I didn't need to be friends with somebody that was doing some of the things that I was witnessing on the YouTubies. And there's probably some more famous or infamous, maybe, even times where she DM'd me that became a part of, a critical part of, like, the history of my channel. One of those was her reaching out to me in Twitter DMs to ask me how to edit the videos with the picture in the picture, you know, like how I get the little video right here. She DM'd me once to ask that and then took none of my advice. And also, before I was able to, or before I had time to respond, immediately messaged me back. And then when I say immediately, like within a matter of minutes, because I think I opened it and she saw that I had read it but hadn't responded. And she was like, okay, no worries, don't want to waste your time or whatever. And I was like, girl, no, like I just didn't have time to respond to you right in that moment. I was coming back to it. And I did come back to it and give her like a full explanation of how I did it at the time. She took none of that advice. And in fact, one of the very first reaction videos she did was a reaction to me. A reaction to me. Where she didn't take any of my advice on how to edit, but did edit it to make me look bad in a way that wasn't even accurate or true to what I actually said in my original video. Another infamous time that she DM'd me was after my 30th birthday party. I woke up the next morning with a slight hangover, checked my Twitter DMs, and she was threatening to, or she wasn't threatening to do anything, but she was threatening me with the information that allegedly Beck's sister was going to sue me or something like that because I had talked about Beck's sister in a live stream literally the night before. It was like a live stream where I was getting ready for my birthday party and I was just shooting the shit, talking to people, and somebody brought up Beck's sister's Facebook posts. So I would say both of those instances were fairly manipulative, to be honest with you, and I would include this most recent instance of her reaching out to me to wish me well as being manipulative. It felt manipulative at the time because she literally had to unblock me from our last interaction on the internet, which was when she posted a lie about me on her Instagram stories, and when I corrected her and appropriately called her out for it, she blocked me and then went on to not take any accountability for that. So she had to unblock me for this, gave no apology for lying about me, but did want to wish me well when it came to my health, okay? So that all felt very manipulative to me. But on top of that, she sent me that on November 5th. By November 12th, she posted a video where she was fully calling me out, not by name, of course, but by referring to me as everyone's favorite reaction channel. And she called me out because I don't drive, okay? She called me out because I don't drive, and she feels like because I don't drive, that means people shouldn't give her a hard time about not driving. Which also a lot of you pointed out that she most likely found out that I don't drive because in the video where I gave a health update, I talked about how I walked home from my volleyball games that day. So yeah, I think that's all fairly manipulative. And at the end of the day, I don't know why or understand why Amberlynn reaches out to reaction channels in the DMs, especially because time and time again, she talks about how awful we are, how she doesn't like us, how we ruin her channel. She said that to me in DMs more than once. Claims she doesn't watch us, but yet spends an awful lot of time trying to DM us. And it's because of that I am disengaging from interacting with her in the DMs. Like, I just truly don't have any desire to keep up with her there because, one, people already think sometimes, not everybody, but there's a contingency of people that think that I make the content I make to, like, please Amberlynn somehow. Like, if you specifically look back at my take and stance on what happened with Cakegate, a lot of people thought I was doing that or saying those things to stay in Amberlynn's good graces, which is not the truth. It's just how I felt. And I don't need people to think that I'm, like, kissing up to her in the DMs to win her favor or something when a lot of people are already thinking that on their own anyways. So I don't know what her end goal is there outside of, I guess, maybe to stir up some drama herself. I think she knows that, like, it'll get people talking. But if anything, I imagine it's probably sending more people to Alex's channel than it is sending them to her channel. You know what I'm saying? I also briefly want to talk about the concept of her doing this drunk Q&A. I'm not here to diagnose anybody. I'm not saying she has a problem or doesn't have a problem, but I do know that it was just a week or two ago that she was in a video talking about how she needed to stop drinking because she realized she was only drinking to deal with her emotions and deal with her feelings and deal with her loneliness.
But I actually am taking a break on the whole drinking thing because I felt like I was turning to it. I did go through a phase a couple years ago where I was turning to alcohol, and the last time I drank was on live stream. I was drinking whiskey. It's because I was turning to alcohol because I just felt like I needed something so I didn't have to feel what I was currently feeling. And that's when I told myself, okay, I need to stop drinking because I'm not going to use alcohol as a crutch. I'm not that person, or at least I thought I wasn't that person. But when I told myself I was going to stop drinking, I was able to do that. I didn't drink for about a year and a half. And now I'm finding myself going back to that. Like, at first I was like, you know what? Single era, I live by myself, have a couple drinks. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I realized, okay, I like the way this makes me feel. I like that it's taking away certain emotions, heightening other emotions, and it's making me feel good. Then I started doing it more frequently, and I kind of want to just take like a little break until I heal a little bit more.
And she's previously said similar things when talking about Delta 8 as well. And to be clear, I don't think it's a character flaw of hers to struggle with alcohol. I think struggling with alcohol is something that impacts a lot of people and a lot of people struggle with. And so I don't think of her poorly because of that. But I do hope that one day she can take some of this self-awareness that she's able to exhibit about her use of alcohol and or other substances and be honest about it in a way that she's able to like change herself and help herself out. The final thing that seems to be maybe what people were noticing the most about the drunk Insta stories was that she was claiming that she was in love, and a lot of people interpreted those particular posts to be about somebody new, only to find out that when Amberlynn did an alleged sober Q&A, that she identified that it's just the same two people that she's been in love with, the double heartbreak, the 2 times heartbreak, just wifey and the old Instagram girly. So in the end, nothing too exciting, nothing too juicy to come out of those Insta stories, in my opinion. Although, what I have to say is, I wish she would stop talking about wifey/Feline. I mean, I guess if I were her, I would stop because it's clear wifey doesn't want anything to do with you, Amberlynn. Stop talking about her. It's giving when Amberlynn wouldn't stop talking about Beck after her breakup with Beck. And we all know how that turned out, right? Like, I need Amberlynn to, like, actually leave her exes alone, especially after they make it clear that they don't want any more interaction or communication. No, Amberlynn might not be communicating with wifey by text or DM or anything like that, but she is constantly sitting here talking about her on a very public platform. I'm sure wifey's aware of it. And I think that's all I gotta say about the Instagram stuff. I don't know. You know, Amberlynn is not entirely stupid. I don't believe that Amberlynn does anything on the internet without a little bit of intention. Maybe not always, like, maybe it's not always 100% intentional, but Amberlynn doesn't move without purpose, in my opinion. And I've seen her moving with purpose, and I feel like she was moving with purpose when she DM'd Alex. I feel like the things she's saying in these Instagram Q&As serve some kind of purpose in her mind, and I feel like that is all I need to say about that. So that brings us to today's reaction, and the title of this video is called Amberlynn Reid is the Queen of Girl World. And I don't really know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I was trying to even think about if she posted anything in that Instagram Q&A. The only thing that I could think of is in the second Q&A she did this weekend, there was somebody who asked her if she was ever going to get her own original content. I interpreted that question to be like, oh, she's constantly doing Q&As as a form of content and using those questions to make content, because I guess what the person is alleging, and maybe something I've alleged before, is that she struggles to come up with content outside of the Q&As, and so we just see 1,200 Q&As over and over again. And Amberlynn said something about, like, no, I think you meant this message for reaction channels or something along those lines. And so I could see maybe this is her response to, like, you know, you think I don't have original content? Well, I'm the queen of girl world. Reaction channels would be nothing without me. Which, let's be honest, I have given Amberlynn kudos and thanks for supplying content on my channel for a while. I'm not oblivious to where my channel would or would not be without Amberlynn Reid. But I that's the only guess I have about where this is coming from. So let's get to, shall we? As a quick editor's note, I am so sorry, but apparently when I was screen recording her video, it didn't record correctly. I think it might be like a lack of space on my computer or something. So I'm gonna revisit that before I do any more screen recordings. But if you notice it lagging or frames being dropped, I'm so sorry. Not my intention. And I will try to make sure that's resolved before we film again. But thanks so much for understanding and enjoy the reaction.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So we're going to start off with a little Amazon moment.
Oh, stunning.
I have been loving, like, mesh lately. Like, wearing it underneath, like, a dress or a shirt that is, like, a spaghetti strap. God, do people even call them that anymore? And I just think it's such a cute look. So I went on to Amazon.
Dude, I don't know. Do they?
Is there any?
Do they call them that anymore? I don't know. I don't care. But let's see what this beautiful mesh you got from the Amazon is.
That I like. And I found a few, but I was like, I don't know if it's going to fit me. So this little bag came.
That's a tiny little bag, girl. That's a super small bag.
Alright, so how I want it to fit, since I wear it underneath stuff, I only want it to go to, like,
right under your boobie.
Here. And I want it to be super tight because I don't want it to be like a loose mesh.
I feel like she's preparing us to not drag her for it not fitting correctly once she tries it on and it looks absurd. Because otherwise, first of all, why would you want something that only goes right up underneath your boobie? Like, I don't feel like that would be super comfortable. I mean, I got these quote unquote, what did somebody call them in my comments the other day? Man titties. I'm not binary, so I do take offense to being called man titties. But I do have a little chest here, and if I had something that only went right here, I think it would drive me crazy, personally.
Look how cute this is. Is it gonna fit? That is the real question.
I don't know. And also,
it is adorable. So this is...
It is kind of a cute concept. I feel like it doesn't have any stretch to it, which was what my concern would be.
This is in a 4X, so there's no front or back.
Okay.
You can just throw it on. So let's see if it fits me.
All right, let's do it.
I want it to.
Let's do it.
Ooh! So far, so good.
Also though, if you... Now I'm also very confused, because if you want it to fit a certain way underneath something, why are you trying it on top of something? Outside of the fact that, like, it's see-through, so if she just tried it on by itself, we would see everything. But I don't understand why we're trying it on top of whatever this, like, turtleneck-looking thing you got going on is.
It fits exactly.
It is kind of cute.
How I want it. It is a little longer.
Well, then it doesn't fit exactly how you wanted it then, does it? Because you wanted it to go right up underneath them boobies.
As you can see here, because I wanted it to be like right here, but I'm totally fine with that. I feel like this will be so cute underneath something. And I feel like the sleeves are longer than I was expecting them to be, which is perfect.
I'm kind of loving it as a concept. Can you link down below? Can you give me a link, Amberlynn? I might want to try that on.
Vibing with this look, if this wasn't so high up here. Wow. Okay, she fits, girlies.
Wow.
I'm gonna go back to where I got this on Amazon and
get all of them.
A couple more. There was ones with like polka dots.
Get all of them.
There was one that was like a white mesh, and I was like, I need that. This is honestly. She's gonna come back. This is how she does it. I'm so glad she's explaining her purchasing process, because she finds one thing that she likes and she buys 1,200 of it. And I do understand that concept when it comes to clothes, because like I've been in a place where I'm like, oh, I love this shirt. Like, it's so rare that I find something that fits exactly the way I want it to. Let me get it, just in different styles, patterns, and colors. I get that. But Amberlynn does that with everything, right? Not just clothes. Candles, books, Legos, you name it. She's tried it, and she gets 1,200 of each. So freaking cute. I can't even stand it. Okay, so I'm actually about to straighten my hair.
Okay.
So this is
I kind of don't mind it not straightened right now.
It's super just poofy and frizzy, and we don't agree.
Okay, fair enough.
To never be like this. It started after my hysterectomy.
I never thought I would say this, but let's get straight. Amberlynn, let's go straight.
My hair completely changed texture, so I hate it, but whatever. So here's before. Uh-huh. Okay, so she is now straight. She's a little flat, but
honestly, personally, I do like the volume. I understand what she's saying about it being like frizzy and stuff, but her hair kind of like has a different look with a little bit more volume in it.
That's okay. I was thinking about maybe putting some waves in my hair, but
let's do it.
My crimper, it takes a lifetime. And I'm not really in the mood for that. But if it didn't take a lifetime, that's how my hair would look right now. But I'm just feeling like, no.
What? Also, though, how much is really a lifetime? Like, what else are you doing? What else are you doing today?
I have had this dang crown for ever, and I haven't known really what to do with it. It made an appearance in a video forever ago. It was literally just a second, but I just filmed a TikTok with it. Nicki Minaj moment.
Oh God!
I'm obsessed with the Doja Cat song.
No, I didn't see that TikTok. There's this person named Val. I think Val was the one that posted it on Twitter. I follow her. She does talk about Girl World, But also, if you don't follow her, she's always posting like cute little shit that she buys at the Target or that she finds on the Amazon. I think most recently it was like a little like wristband for your Apple Watch, and she had all the girlies of Girl World Twitter out here buying that damn wristwatch. So I like to follow her because she has sensational finds and cute things that she sees out and about while she's shopping and stuff like that. But she does occasionally post about Girl World, and I'm pretty sure I saw that TikTok of Nicki Minaj because of her. Maybe she wasn't the first person to post it, but I think she quote tweeted it and said something like, "No, not Queen Nicki," or something like that. So here we are.
Called Agora Hills, and I cannot stop listening to it. I'm gonna take this off now. I'm obsessed with this though. Like, I got this off of Amazon, like literally, I want to say like a year and a half ago. It was during the time where everyone just like kept saying like, oh my God, Feudy Beauty stealing your crown. Oh. And then people would come to me and be like,
yeah.
Oh my God, you're stealing Chantal's crown. And it was just like a lot of like back and forth in that way. So,
to be clear, I think I said this at the time and I want to reiterate it now. Chantal has never had anything on Amberlynn Reid. Although I will say, another thing that Alex brought up in his video that I was talking about earlier is that Amberlynn was recently in a Chantal live stream, and I don't understand what Amberlynn's goal there is either. But what I will say, and have said, is that Chantal has never had anything on Amberlynn. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, Chantal's so much more entertaining. For what? For where? Amberlynn is still pulling pretty consistent views for the content that she makes. And Feudy Beauty full-on moved all the way to fucking Kuwait and allegedly married a stranger that she met from the internet and is barely pulling 10K views on a video. Amberlynn's over here giving us nothing. And Girly Pop still gets 50 to 60,000 views on every video, almost, usually, okay? Chantal never had anything on Amberlynn. Chantal's a train wreck, much more of a train wreck than Amberlynn in a lot of ways. But Chantal has nothing, okay? Nothing compared to Amberlynn when it comes to the metaphorical, like, chokehold Amberlynn has on Girl World. I'm just putting it out there. Y'all can say she's boring, you can say this, that, the other. The views suggest that she has always been the superior option to Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, Feudy Beauty, Flabby Bobby, Big Beautiful Me, Chantal Arafe, Chantal Period, Chantal Bliss. Whoever, whatever, you know who I'm talking about. Yes. So I've always said that. I'll continue to say that unless Chantal somehow pulls something out of her ass. She literally just came out with a video about having diabetes, finally admitting she has diabetes, and the video's at best at like, I think 11,000 views right now, which is on the better side for Chantal. So yeah, Chantal's got nothing on Amberlynn Reid.
I was like, oh my God, I think it would be funny to like get a crown. I don't know. I never really did anything with it, but there was meaning behind it. Okay. I was gonna do a little trolling. Uh-huh. You know, it's literally fine to troll for fun. Like, I firmly believe that. Like, I think trolling is funny. Okay. Like, some of the things that Trisha Paytas does, or like Tana, etc., like,
Tana? Weren't you just complaining about Tana needing a caregiver because she doesn't drive?
I'm also known for being like a troll, but I just feel like there's some things that you should not troll about. I don't know.
And you blur that line on the regular, bestie. You're constantly blurring the line. And also, you bringing up Trisha Paytas, she infamously has trolled about all kinds of things that she really shouldn't have trolled about, so keep looking up to her, girlie. It's working out well for you.
You only live once.
YOLO.
Let your inner troll out.
YOLO.
And just let your freak flag fly. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Absolutely.
Hello, it is the next day. I don't know what's going on here. I'm a little red, so just ignore that. So last night I actually went to bingo with my mom.
Just ignore. I'm going to point it out to you, but please just ignore it. Never change, bestie. You look the same as you always do.
And instead of throwing away all the papers right at the beginning like everyone does, I kept them all. I wanted to show you how many we did. There were so many. But bingo is actually really cheap. It's $20 to sit there and play for hours. Anyways, I woke up and it's funny because I talked about the crown situation.
I didn't even realize that she was paying money to play bingo. I mean, I don't think anything is wrong with paying $20 to play bingo for several hours. I paid $20 to do dumber shit, honestly. So work, but that was a lot of bingo papers. Damn.
With me and Chantal. Literally yesterday in this video, and I woke up to people saying like the only reason why I wore a crown in my TikTok was because of her. No. Literally, if you listen to the lyrics, Nicki Minaj is saying, you know, the queen of rap, so I put on a crown. Like, it had nothing to do with Chantal. I think people just want us to hate each other. And I'm sorry, I don't have hate in my heart for her. I don't have hate in my heart for anybody.
Okay,
it's not that girly. And
it's interesting that she says that, because I frequently say that I don't hate any of the people that I react to or watch on YouTube, with maybe the exception of Chantal, because I think that Chantal really likes to double down on a lot of the worst things about herself, including things like being a bigot, being a racist, being a whole lot of other isms. Okay, Chantal frequently likes to double down on those things, some of which Amberlynn has said were like unforgivable in the past. Chantal had a whole Instagram post once upon a time about how she couldn't support the LGBT community because of her newfound faith in Islam, which is just also really silly, because I personally know a lot of Muslim people who love and care about the LGBT community a whole lot, just like there are Christians who love and support the LGBT community, just like many religions have various spectrums of support for queer people. And so I remember that was something that Amberlynn didn't like about Chantal. Amberlynn didn't like the time where Chantal made like a fat-phobic comment about her getting hurt, and made comments about like her dangling ankle, if you recall that. It doesn't take into account, you know, the way that Chantal has mistreated her own animals, which I think maybe I could be misremembering. My remembrance isn't always great, but I think Amberlynn had issues with that as well. And so, you know, it's always just so funny that what I feel like Amberlynn is gearing up to be and say here is like, I don't hate Chantal. I think we can all get along. We deal with a lot of the same nonsense, or something like that.
If anything, Chantal needs to come to visit me so we can like live stream together. Like,
no.
We literally break the internet. Like, I would love that so much. Everyone just wants to like.
Weird. Why would you want to actively platform a bigot like that? Weird. Weird behavior, Amberlynn. Weird behavior.
Pin us together, or is it pin us apart, pin us against each other? What is the saying? I don't know. Either way, no, you guys. There's no drama, there's no beef there. And before the haters say anything.
Also, though, how are you going to be like, there's no drama, there's no beef there, when you've publicly came out and said that you don't support Chantal before? Like, I will get the clip.
I low-key kind of hate that I am talking about Chantal in this video. I did not know that I was. As you guys know, me and Chantal had a falling out, and not just that, but there's things that she does that I find disgusting, and I don't like Chantal. I don't support her.
If anybody thinks there's beef, part of that might be because you've done that before. You've come out and said that on your end.
Moo. So I'm actually about to go.
Wait, what?
No, you guys. There's no drama, there's no beef there. And before the haters say anything, moo. So I'm actually about to go to my grandma's.
Is that reference because she said there's no beef there? Is she like trying to get ahead of people calling her a cow and saying that there's two cows there, so there's beef or something?
We're gonna play some Yahtzee.
I love Yahtzee.
I'm gonna use some Versace moment.
I was recently, and by recently it's been quite a few months actually, but I I was sponsored by Yahtzee with Friends, I think is what it was called. I was sponsored by the Yahtzee app, essentially. And I love Yahtzee. It's so much fun.
For salt shit.
Although...
So good. This is the bright
Although,
one. And
the Yahtzee thing is not helping her beat the allegations of her being in her retirement era.
Like running out, so I definitely need to get more of that. My mirror needs to be cleaned.
Well, then let's clean it.
This is my outfit for the day. And I'm also wearing my earrings that say gay on them because, you know.
Let them know. Let Grandma Lynn know. Let Grandma Lynn know that this Barbie eats.
I'm currently at the mall because I'm about to go to a Lego store for the first time in my life.
Let's go.
Lego store. Yes, I'm so excited.
Okay, I am kind of excited for her for this.
Hey guys, okay, so I just got back.
Oh, thank you for the 2-second clip of the Lego store. Vlogger of the year, Amberlynn Reed. I got to see so damn much. There actually is a Lego store downtown in Chicago in like the Water Tower, I think. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should go for fun.
Literally, when I was at my grandma's house, we were gonna play a whole page of Yahtzee, but we could not stop talking for 4 hours straight.
Like, oh my god!
We talked about everything under the sun.
So crazy.
It was a moment. I don't know. It was just a really good time. But I wanted to show you what I got from the Lego store.
Let's do it.
The Lego store. He was gay, and I was like, me too. Honestly, you guys, where I live.
Did he tell you he was gay, or did you just hold out your earrings and be like, hey, you silly gay, I see you. I see you. Me too. Although, you know what, I feel you. Although a lot of people, so I commented recently on her trip to church, or her several trips to church, and how, like, I don't know, a lot of that is me projecting some of my feelings about church for sure, but I historically have a negative experience with the church, specifically because of my sexuality and coming into contact with people there. But because I was talking about some of that, like, a lot of people commented in the comments that there's lots of gay folks in Oklahoma. And yeah, that checks out. Gay people are everywhere, okay? Even in places where it's not like a super friendly place to be gay. Not specifically talking about Oklahoma. I'm just saying, like, in general, gays are everywhere, and I got that 100%. I can tell you that as somebody who grew up in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, in the Midwest. Like, gays are everywhere. They're not just in big cities and things like that. I will say, though, all of that to be said, like, I do understand why Amberlynn gets excited about seeing other gay people in the wild, out and about, because if you're feeling like you're in a place where you're not around a lot of gay people, that means a lot. It's like, it feels good to see other people who are in your community, and I think it brings a sense of safety, community, etc. What I would hope for Amberlynn is, like, let's make some friends with some gay people. And that's not a critique. I'm just like, I would really hope that for her, so that she doesn't have to get excited now every time she sees somebody who works in the service industry or in retail or things like that. Like, you can also have those people as friends, and it does make a world of difference when you're surrounded by gay people. That was, like, my priority when I moved to Chicago, because a lot of my life, like, I only had straight people as friends, or, like, my closest friends were all straight. And I was like, if I'm going to move to this new city and I have to make new friends anyways, like, please let them be gay. Which is another reason that I joined things like the gay sports leagues and stuff that I'm in.
Is the biggest, largest, like, gay scene I have ever seen.
Love.
And I have lived in a lot of places.
But I love that she's saying it's the largest gay scene she's ever seen, but, like, the gay scene in question is the Lego store at the mall.
Yes, I have. I grew up in California. I spent majority, actually, of my life in California. I'm a West Coast girly, and I miss it there. One day I will be back.
Let's go.
Now, I'm enjoying my time in Oklahoma. But the gay scene here is amazing. My mom actually took me by. It's like this whole community, just like street and blocks full of just LGBTQ businesses.
I love that she's giving us a review of the Oklahoma gay scene, and her review is, my mom drove me past it. I didn't get out of the car. I didn't go into any of these places. But it was great. It was wonderful. It's amazing. I hope that she can actually go to these places. And maybe she's getting ready to say that. This could be one of those times where people are like, Zach, if you would have just let her talk. She's getting ready to say that. But I'm just saying, that's so funny to me. That's so funny to me that she's raving about the gay scene. And it's something that she saw through a window driving past in her mom's car.
On top of that is like the gay bar scene. It's honestly just amazing because like whenever I go somewhere, there's gonna be a gay person. And it's just like, I was in Kentucky for like 7 years. So definitely not used to that. And it just feels so welcoming. I feel like at home. I mean, I'm an out lesbian and it just feels so comfy. Like, I love it.
Okay,
like
good for you.
Good
for you.
Here for it.
Next time, though, let's try to actually go to the gay scene. If we want to give a review and talk about how it's the best gay scene ever. Because, let's just go to some of those places. You want content? What great content to do. I would love to see you as an out lesbian enjoying the gay community of Oklahoma.
So, first time at the liquor
Let's
store.
fucking go.
Yes, it was so fun. I was definitely vibing for sure. I got the Pac-Man Lego.
Wow.
So I got it.
Let's
and then
go.
I also got 2 Lego pens. They write the color they are. So this one's going to be like this dark pink and black. They're gel pens. And
all right.
You can Lego them together. Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm such a nerd. And then I got some Legos for free. I said, okay, ma'am.
For free?
This is the Winter Market.
For free?
So cute. And then this one is the Magisto's Magical Workshop. So I'm definitely going to do these 2 first.
The Magisho? Wait, the Magisho's did she mean to say magician? What is she talking about?
First, probably this one and then this one. And then the Pac-Man. I haven't done like a Lego in forever, it feels like. So I had so much fun.
Oh my God.
So I just feel like it's important that
It's important, yeah. That what?
Clarify certain things, topics, questions, rumors. Obviously, there's things I can't talk about, won't talk about, don't want to talk about. But
what rumors are there even about you right now? What rumors are even happening right now? I'm guessing she's about to talk about wifey because that's the only thing I can imagine. And it's like, girl, stop talking about her.
Things like this, I'm going to. So there's another rumor that I'm in love with someone else. And I've been in love 3 times since my last relationship. No.
Well, that's because that's how you presented it on Instagram. Girl, be so fucking serious right now and stop acting dumb. See, this was the intention and purpose of that Q&A was she's putting out this information that is not a lie, but is misleading. And it's got people talking, and now she can make a video about it and talk about it.
When I say I'm in love with 2 people, I'm talking about my ex, Feline, and I'm talking about the person I've been talking about from the jump. I have only been in love with one person after my last relationship. That's it. There's just like rumors going around that I'm like, I've been in love like 3 times. Like, no. So I just have to clarify. That's not a thing. Won't be a thing.
She's so silly. If nobody would be having all these rumors if she would just be clear to begin with. Nobody would have all of this confusion if Amberlynn was just straight up not confusing to begin with.
Yeah, but I'm totally fine clarifying certain topics. I might start doing that more often. Because I've been letting rumors float around. And the more you let them float, and the more you don't be like, actually, no, that's not true.
What do you mean I'm gonna start speaking up about it more? That's like at least 75% of your content for the past few years is you just clarifying fucking rumors.
Actually, wait, let me clarify. The more I do that, the bigger it gets. So I just want to squash it now. Okay, guys, I am obsessed with TikTok. I love TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. RarityCat, RARITYYYCAT. So there is 2 Y's. I have so much fun on here. Like, queen. And yes, I like my own stuff because I love my stuff. and I deserve it. But
I will say one time Lil Nas X tweeted, like, yeah, I like my stuff, like my own posts and things like that. Like, you gotta be your own number one supporter. And I felt that. So like all of your own posts, go for it. Go for it, Amberlynn.
Definitely go on there. People do ask, like, why don't I have my comments on?
Yeah, what's that about?
I want it to be peaceful over there. I mean, it's pretty simple. Because I just have so much fun filming them. And I just, like, low-key don't want it ruined for me. I know a lot of people enjoy my TikToks, though, because I get a lot of messages. So thank you so much.
Well, then...
On September 7th, I uploaded a video where I was like, I'm going to start making all my vlogs 10 minutes because people were saying they were super short. And I have successfully made every single vlog over 10 minutes. And now, I think... officially, I'm going to start making them all over 12 minutes. I like having this little goal for me.
The fact that she has to make it a goal to get to 10 and now to 12, I'm just like, ma'am, maybe we also just have a goal of posting in general because you haven't been posting really with any kind of consistency. But also, like, if you were just vlogging... generally anything, you wouldn't have to sit here and struggle to fill 10 minutes of time, let alone 12. I used to watch you post like 20-minute vlogs. And now what? And now look at us.
I was successful in my last one, and I'm going to be successful in this one.
Well,
but I am going to end this vlog.
This one is
this one's the next one. Bye.
Only a little over 10, so you got some work to do, I guess. You got some work to do. What a wild ride. And a lot of ways that I wasn't anticipating or expecting from Miss Amberlynn. But I did enjoy that video. I had a lot of fun. I've been a little sick, a little under the weather. Haven't really left my house a whole lot. So it was fun to sit here on a Sunday and react for just a little bit of a change of pace for me today. So thank you everybody for joining me today and watching. I really appreciate it. If you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!